To give a brief synopsis of everything, this account, Zoostruggs, is a gimmick account meant to mock zoophiles. So as we know from part 1 of this series, Zoostruggs has 1. Exposed minors to zoophiles, 2. Exposed minors to pedophiles, 3. Exposed minors to illegal pornography, 4. Helped run a chat that distributed links to CP that people then looked at. 5. That chat was owned by a minor. Now we're going to look at the consequences of these actions on minors. So you tell me who is grooming who, and who is exposing who to what. One of the things that I do have, and that Zoostruggs keeps bringing up over and over and over again, was how a person from their Discord group got groomed by talking to a zoophile. Are you brain dead? Grooming pedophilia. 30-year-old grooming a 17-year-old into becoming a zoophile. Zoostruggs. They're in your chat. And then he @s Sane Furry Strug, which is a meme gimmick account, saying gets better and better. What? So not is he only amused and atting meme accounts, but now he is actively laughing at a 17-year-old being groomed by a zoophile? What? So let's see what that minor has to say about this. They say, a little after that, I decided to ask if Not was grooming me, Not being the zoophile. And someone told me yes. I analyzed things for a bit and realized that I couldn't deny that. Not was grooming me. Well, who is saying this? Let's see. Oh, it's Zoostruggs. Of course it is. The person that laughed at a minor getting groomed and then wanted meme accounts to meme it or something? Anyway, so here's the logs. DM whenever. Are you sure? Sorry if I'm insisting way too much. I just really want it to go smooth. What? Go smooth? What? It's fine, LOL. I talk about these topics a lot. If it's something personal, I'm always here to talk about it. I don't share personal stories or anything. I enjoy educating and helping anyone I can. Okay, alright. Are we going back to the whole I am educating minors by exposing them to zoophilia? Are we going back to that? Oh no, God, it's one of these logs. You're not a kid. I don't think of you as a kid. I just protect everyone from predators. Especially that you're legally a minor. No matter the age, opinions are valid. I'm not trying to treat you as a kid either. I'd say the same if you were 18 or even my age. I don't even let my boyfriend talk to zoophiles and he's 2 years older than me, LOL, take your time. Oh my God, that is creepy. And the minor says, but it took me a while to open up completely, as those feelings made me feel that I was weak and that I shouldn't bother him with my issues. When I saw him insisting on helping me, I messaged Not, which is the person they're saying groomed them, with my, he's shown to care for me. He legitimately shows care. What? Creepy logs, oh my God. Oh, do you want to talk about it, or I don't know anymore. I just wanted to be like you. And then I wanted to just look at this weird paragraph. And if you choose to not be like me, you're still overcoming a lot of trauma. Instead of promoting it, unfortunately, that's what a lot of, I don't know what that is, but I'm interested. What a lot of, I think, pedophiles who suffered through abuse do themselves when they reach an older age, but you don't, which is admirable in every way. I don't know what that is, but it's weird. It looks like this is a trend. The bestiality Discord ring got taken down today. Let's fucking go. This is a huge W. Getting them off these platforms one at a time. Good. Unfortunately, there's a lot. but I have a small team to help. We're doing it. And then a person who was 15 responds with, yeah, I'd like to help with that too. So we got this fucking meme that says, if zoophiles, pedophiles say being against them is grooming, then I guess the whole last law is a groomer too. Hard to swallow pills. Bringing awareness to zoo pedophiles is not grooming or mind control. You are taking minors and telling them about zoophilia by exposing them to zoophiles and zoophilic content. How is this not grooming? Apparently, it's the minor's fault for being groomed. Of course, they say it's the minor's fault. They don't want to be blamed for somebody else's trauma. And Zoostruggs, I want to go back to that analogy of taking a child and placing them in a room full of pedophiles. You need to be the adult in the room. You need to just kick all the minors out. Keep all the minors away from all this content and away from whatever you're trying to push. I don't understand this. Do you want to know what happens when there's no adult in the room? Do you want to know what happens when somebody drops a minor into, this world of zoophilia, this world of pedophilia, all of this stuff? You tell these kids all these lies, and you tell them some of the most horrible ways to cope with stuff. And you don't know the damage that you cause. Well, you know what? I'll show you it. I'll show you it right here. This is a DM from a friend of mine who went through pretty much exactly what you're putting these kids through. He said, I don't think I'll ever fully recover from having been exposed to animal abuse stuff online at a young age. It changed me in ways I can't undo. Sorry for dropping this all on you. This is just not something most people would be understanding of, I don't think. Like, if a German Shepherd or wolf could speak and consent, I would engage in consensual BDSM stuff, but I don't want to hurt them. Just, the kind everyone can enjoy. It's kinda a gray area there, because in real life, I don't have interest. When I'd look at abusive content, I'd imagine them as sapient, which kind of helped me deny the awfulness of what I was watching. I don't have any interest in hurting something actually helpless. This is a normal furry who just liked cartoon sapient animals. He was 17 when he was exposed to animal abuse material. That completely fucked him up. And there were lines that were crossed, wires that were crossed that wouldn't have ever happened if he wasn't exposed to this stuff. That's what I'm trying to prevent. That's why you don't understand what you're doing. You don't understand the damage that you are causing to these kids. Even young adults. The stuff that you're looking at, people are trained to look at that kind of stuff. You're finding stuff that normally horrifies regular people, like CP and, bestiality and stuff like that. It's just, and you're exposing kids. That's what you're doing. You're exposing kids, and then you're just sitting them down and be like, well, not my problem. Well, yeah, it is your problem now. I want to say that all of these accounts here are Zoostruggs. The @DadChomps account, the JSub account on Discord, and the Dolls account on Discord. So, I had a conversation with Zoostruggs. It lasted for 6 hours. We talked about all kinds of weird stuff. And it was kind of like, I felt like, I was like, I need to keep him on the line. He needs to keep talking. Gotta figure this out. Gotta figure out what is this. And you know what? Just like keeping, like, a serial killer or someone on the line, they eventually slip up and they say something. I'm gonna read this. I don't know what it means. I'm just going to present it as is and how it makes me feel. Just going to read this. You could look at the rest of the context. I don't really care right now. Man, I used to think it was normal too when I was younger. Pedophilia, that is. But I had someone who helped me when it was too late. I appreciated the help. I genuinely understood that this isn't right. Interesting. Very interesting. So they thought that pedophilia was normal when they were younger. I don't know what it means when they said, but I had someone who helped me when it was too late. I don't know what that means. So I have this other log, and it's really, really weird. This one combined with the other one, I get a interesting picture. I'm gonna start out halfway down. You could reread the entire thing. And if you choose to not be like me, you're still overcoming a lot of trauma instead of promoting it. Unfortunately, that's what a lot of blank who suffered through abuse do themselves when they reach an older age. But you don't, which is admirable in every way. Here's another one that's interesting. It's in the context of dogs humping people, whatever. But this line in particular is very interesting. It's all for your pleasure, taking advantage of something's natural instincts. A child can initiate sex, which they're more intelligent than animals, it still wouldn't be consent. Children do not initiate sex. It is not a natural instinct of a child to initiate sex. He was probably a pedo himself. I honestly don't entirely doubt it. And then Zoostruggs gets pissed off because they called him a pedophile. But here's something interesting. The whole probably and don't entirely doubt it. These people are seeing things, they're seeing behavior in Zoostruggs. And then Zoostruggs completely flips his shit when he's called a pedophile. Just loses his goddamn mind. And then goes and attacks these people that made evidently a joke or something, but I don't think it was necessarily a joke. I don't think it was. So because of all that drama of him being called a pedophile, this is an interesting post. He says, "I will be unleashing hell tomorrow." And then somebody retweeted it with, "Please do, then we could permanently ban your rapist ass." What? Does somebody know something I don't? So somebody knew something that I didn't know, and you know what? Time to do a bit of digging. I'm interested. I want to see what the hell is going on. So something that's always interesting is when somebody creates a new account, they always follow back the closest accounts to them. Following and followers. So Zoostruggs is pretty typical in that regard. He followed on his new account Dad Chomps. He followed Zoostruggs with an S and Zoostruggs with a Z, all of his really close friends. The account is gone now. I can't get these screenshots, but here is something interesting. The first follower is not on his friends list. And it followed before the Zoophile Struggle Tweets account. All of his behavior has always been around, the close friends and everything, the close to this. He's very paranoid about who he follows and who he follows back. This is interesting. So this account speaks Spanish and Portuguese. I just want to make that statement right now. This is the first post on his Dad Chomps account. Sup guys, you may know me as @ZoophileStruggs, as Mouse Mod. I'm going to be using this account as an alt for now, most likely to post art. I may or may not have used this account to bait pedophiles for years. Here's a post about their boyfriend. Praise having someone who barely speaks English. That is interesting. Well, if everything points to, the typical behavior of this person, it means that this person that originally followed first this account, should be their boyfriend because they don't speak English. Okay, so we have a report thing from a Spanish account. Alrighty, so that's proof there. Because there's reports, I'm wondering, well, it may not be their boyfriend, but it could be an alt of theirs. I mean, maybe they speak Spanish. So, let's check out the account. Whoa. Wait a second, what's this? It's one of the only conversations on it. What does this say? I translated this. It was in response to an account called Zoophilicus, which I assume is Zoophile. You don't have groups on Telegram? I have one. Do you add? We pass here Telegram. Pass me your Telegram. I sent it to you by DM. Pass it to me too. Okay. Is he asking for zoo porn on Telegram? It kind of looks like it. So I'm thinking more this is an alt. Wait, is he asking for a zoo porn or is he asking for something else? Let's check what these other accounts are. Oh my god. It's at this moment that I kind of think about things a little bit. I think back to, how I said he was baiting pedophiles for a number of years. Um, what if he wasn't baiting? You are so fucked. I don't know what you are doing, but you are so fucked. What is your list of sins? You disseminated obscene matter to minors. You allowed people in your chat room to share child porn links, and some people viewed it. You actively allowed and encouraged minors to interact with your Zoophile account on Twitter. And you allowed minors into your report chat where, essentially just disseminate bestiality and shit and porn. That's all it is. You go and you send people out to view it and then they press report. Uh, you have no idea how fucked you are. You also keep saying, I'm not grooming minors. I'm not grooming minors. Well, you know what? I think you need something to be explained to you. Just a little. What is grooming? Grooming is when someone builds a relationship, trust, and emotional connection with a child or young person so they can manipulate, exploit, and abuse them. You're not a kid. I don't think of you as a kid. I just protect everyone from predators, especially that you're legally a minor. How many times do I have to say one of the first things that you would usually tell from a predator is shit like, oh, you're so mature for your age. Oh, I don't see you as a child. It's so common. You may add in, well, what's the exploitation part? Well, I mean, this guy wants to best it at zoophiles, so, what's the best way to do it? Throwing children at a zoophile. Types of grooming. Could come from a teacher or an authority figure. Zoostruggs said they wanted to teach kids about zoophilia, and that it was the whole entire purpose of his account. Whether online or in person, groomers can use tactics like giving advice or showing understanding, and giving attention. I think we've seen both. Signs of grooming. Sexualized behavior, language, or understanding of sex that is not appropriate for their age. You have minors surrounding you that you are teaching about zoophiles and bestiality, and you are letting them interact with, these accounts that are very adult-oriented. If a child reveals abuse, don't confront the alleged abuser. You just don't do it. Yet you've encouraged this. You have actively encouraged it to happen. While denying that you don't, you're lying. Grooming can have both short and long-term effects. The impact of grooming can last a lifetime, no matter whether it happened in person, online, or both. I want you to think, and I want you to read this, and I want you to understand how all the exposure to all of this can permanently wreck the psyche of a person. Who is at risk? Any child is at risk of being groomed. I want to read this. Groomers will exploit any vulnerability to increase the likelihood of a child or a young person will become dependent on them and less likely to speak out. I have seen this behavior from you. Any comments that you don't like, you immediately try to shut it down. People tried to call you a pedophile one time. You vehemently attacked the server so viciously that you kept saying over and over again, delete your server, delete your server, delete your server. You're trying to control all of this. You're trying to control the people around you. You're trying to manipulate them. So yes, you are fucking grooming kids. Do I have to spell this out for you, letter by letter? Because you know what? I just did. And you know, I have been telling you, on and off, this entire fucking time. Just stop. There's no reason for this. The only reason I could think of is if you're a psychopathic pedophile, which, you know what? All fingers point to that, so good job on me. So yeah, maybe you should feel uncomfortable that people are making videos about you. Maybe you should focus on what you should actually be doing, which is stay away from fucking kids. You have boundary issues. You don't understand the difference between a child and an adult. You treat everyone the same because you only see everyone the same. This is a problem. This is bad. You have boundary issues. You have emotional issues. You have issues just constantly everywhere, and it leads to this massive path of just destruction that I've been watching. And you know what? You keep taunting me. You keep taunting me, and you keep taunting all these other people around you. All of these zoophiles, even pedophiles. And you know what? It was just a matter of time until somebody found you. You are doxxed. You are fucked. I am going to have to turn this into the police. I am legally obligated to. What happens after that? I don't know. I'm not in charge of that. But you know what I do know? You should stop. This goes for every single one of those chat rooms in this whole entire goddamn community. Kick minors out. Do you know why? You're next. Now I have a friend that has a message for you. No, they're not a zoophile, so don't freak out. This is what they have to say.
You don't know me, and I don't know you, or your past, or what any of your followers were exposed to, but what I can tell you all is this. You have every opportunity to change the direction that you are taking your life, and your past does not have to shape your future actions, and you are more than capable of surrounding yourself with better people and doing things that make you happy and healthy in life, instead of putting yourself and others in danger. So let me ask you this. Does this endless battle make you happy? Are you sacrificing your mental health for the right reasons? And what is the purpose of your actions? And are you willing to face the consequences of those actions? Because the only battle that you're fighting is with yourself. So why are you putting yourself through all of this? And why are you dragging others into their own internal warring? And before you can dedicate your life to saving the internet, Zoostruggs, doesn't it seem like a good time to step back and save yourself?